What's up squad, it's your Squid, aka the Anxious Squid, here at Anxious Squid Productions. This video, I honestly have no idea what it's about to be. It's one of my requests from my patrons. Basically, these guys are my patrons here. I have a whole bunch of different tiers on Patreon. Every tier gets this, every tier gets access to scripts from my history videos and stuff like that. But two tiers in particular, the Humboldt Squid tier and the Cthulhu tier, get requests that they can send me the link and I guarantee you I will do that video within a certain amount of days, right? And yeah, this is from Kevin. This video is a suggestion from Kevin on that list, so if you like it, think of Kevin while you're liking it, and yeah, we'll get straight into it because I have no idea what it's going to be about. Please consider becoming a patron. You'll get a video like this where I'm just reacting to it. It's something to do with baseball. Game 162. Let's check it out. Thanks for clicking on the title of the thumbnail. I guess I'll have to think of what I'm going to do as a title. I think I'll just go Game 162. But yeah, anyway, thanks for clicking. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Here we are. I'm going to split it into two parts because it's a 45-minute long video. If you want to watch it without my reaction, if you want to watch it without my reaction to it, you just want to watch that video, again, links in the description. I've got heaps of links in the description. Check out the description.
Heading into September of 2011, the postseason landscape looked quite clear.
The Red Sox have certainly flexed their muscles so far this season. They're in first place.
Nice.
The team seemingly had leads too big to lose.
The Braves come into tonight's ballgame in very good shape in the wild card. They're up 9 over the Cardinals.
Okay.
Others had hills too high to climb.
The Rays 9 games out on September 3rd. No team has overcome that many games in September to get into the postseason.
All right. I'm guessing they're about to.
That simple.
Got it. And it's a win for St. Louis. 4.5 games out now in the wild card.
As the month rolled on, the wild card races became just that.
Wild card base hit in center. Jennings scores and the Rays win in 11.
Pennant races that we thought may have been a dead deal are suddenly reinvigorated here by some very hot teams.
But those teams were starting to defy the odds in the blink of an eye. Others saw their playoff promise start to slip away.
Red Sox had a 7-game lead a week ago.
Sucks to be them.
It feels like every night is painful.
It all came down to a collision course on the final night of the regular season.
This is hard to see.
Game 162.
Down to the wire.
8 teams, 4 games, 1 night.
An unprecedented night. 2 wild card ties after 161 games.
That's insane.
What took place that night did more than captivate fans, command the sports television spotlight.
Intensity, emotion, excitement.
It set the social network all a Twitter.
Can you believe this last
That's dope.
The regular season, it produced
It's
one
like a
of the
cultural event.
compelling nights in the history of the game.
Sad Red Sox. Happy Tampa Bay Rays.
Scots and Taco Bell present Game 162.
Fucking A. I'm pumped now. Let's get into it, huh?
The scheduled day of the 2011 regular season witnessed the perfect playoff storm. For the wild card had yet to be decided in either league. And
That's fucking poetry. Perfect playoff storm. Like, that's...
4 games would have a role in shaping the final slots.
This story has a chapter yet to be written. It's the 162nd chapter, and just like last year, the Braves are in a position where they got to go out and win tonight.
To go through this Red Sox game tonight, what it means, the playoff atmosphere, what might be tomorrow, and where this team is in game 162.
Tampa's beating the Yankees tonight, and you know it, and I know it.
Does it get much more exciting than this? Win or go home time for the St. Louis Cardinals, who play later on tonight in Houston.
Red Sox and Rays, Braves and Cardinals. Tom, this is baseball history. It's happening in front of us. It's about to happen now.
He's pumped.
This is, I think, I'll give you Game 7 of a postseason series. Other than that, I think it's the best night of the year.
There had not been a day or night in baseball like this. If you follow the timeline straight down, it really is incredible. I don't think that a script writer could have built the tension for the final day of the regular season any better.
You know, I've never really been in this situation where it came down to the last day. Teams don't know where they're going. Teams don't know who they're playing.
It's do or die, baby. This is why you love Major League Baseball. 162 game and a possible 163rd game if both teams win.
Shit.
When you have both leagues that are coming down to the final day to decide the final wild card spot. This is awesome.
Give you a heart attack though, wouldn't it?
17 September record to date that put them in a perilous position. But a win over the Phillies would keep them alive.
Definitely a great night to be a baseball fan. Not just for the players, but for the fans as well. You know, everything's kind of coming to a culmination, and there's a lot on the line.
In Houston, the Astros.
This is
were
fucking
hosting
cool.
resurgent.
I'm just throwing this out there, right? I know we're only 4 minutes in, but if you are a patron of mine and you can't think of what to suggest me, more cool shit like this, like history, looking at moments from sports. Like, I really like that. I've done a couple of NASCAR documentaries. I'm doing this one now. There's another one that he sent me that I will probably do tomorrow or the day after, because it's a new month, so new suggestion, you know what I mean? They double up. They like, it'll refresh. I've done this one, and you know what I'm saying. But yeah, send me more of this stuff. This is cool.
Cardinals, who had erased a 10-game deficit and were now tied with the Braves for the wild card.
Going into the final day knowing that, we needed to win was what my scenario was. Hopefully giving ourselves an opportunity to at least get one more game.
The Tampa Bay Rays had mirrored the Cardinals' comeback, coming from 9 games down to pull even with Boston for the AL wild card. On this night, they would have to beat the Yankees.
I'm worried about one thing, is celebrating. That's the only thing that's on our mind right now. We're not really planning on losing.
And Baltimore, the Red Sox
alright.
to beat the O's and stave off a September swoon of historic proportions.
We had played ourselves into a position where we had to win or we go home, or at least, maybe play another playoff game against Tampa.
As if that wasn't enough, there were 4 more games involving teams that had already clinched a postseason berth, but had yet to secure the home field advantage. And after 161 games, no playoff matchups were set.
That's ridiculous. That's insanity.
It's not over till it's over. And obviously, with game 162 all-around baseball in both leagues, that 162nd game was huge.
Yeah.
Winding, and the first pitch of the game, swing and a miss.
It's like a perfect storm.
First pitch is in there for strike 1 or underway. And the first pitch.
I feel like, and sorry if this is the first time you've stumbled across me, do me a solid and hit subscribe, but also I pause and talk a lot, that's my thing. But I feel like there's a lot of baseball batters that sort of like try and chase it with their elbows so they can cop a hit. Like, I can't imagine that's you can't, it's all happening too fast, but the follow-through looks like maybe he's trying to get hit,
With their game being played in Houston, the Cardinals would not get going for another hour. But in Atlanta, the Phillies struck early to aid the St. Louis cause.
Down the left field line and fair and into the corner. Pence on his way to third.
The Phillies 1-0 lead with the Braves' win expectancy, or chances of winning based on the current game situation at 41%. But as you'll see, it's something that can fluctuate during a crazy night of baseball.
Yeah.
A couple of minutes later, Tampa Bay also fell into an early hole.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, he gets there too, that's rough.
The Rays also trailed by a run. This was good news for the Red Sox, but John Lester was off to a strong start.
That's in there for strike 3.
Imagine being a fan of one of these teams. Like, I mean, you guys don't need to imagine.
Their early deficit.
For them to go up 1 run, that's not going to get our spirits down. We've got to battle, scratch and claw, and do everything we can to get back in the game.
There's the catch. 4 tags. The plate. He's going to be way late. A sac fly for Chipper.
Up to 51% now.
The game was scoreless in Baltimore when Dustin Pedroia came up in the top of the third.
Oh, down the line. Oh, just down the guts, sorry.
He will score easily. Red Sox take a 1-0 lead.
And you had to
70.
know that Boston was already keeping an eye on the Rays.
From our dugout, the scoreboard, you're looking right at it. So it's hard not to see. And certainly, our livelihood depends on not only our game, but their game also.
And they sure had to like the crooked number they were seeing.
See ya! A grand slam for Teixeira!
When Teixeira hit that grand slam,
11%. Fuck all.
took the air out of us a little bit.
A devastating blow for the Rays as the Yankees lead 5-0.
Well, they got
got down 5-0 in the second inning. There were a lot of people wondering if their run had come to an end.
There's a reason to
nah.
in your
Someone's written it.
Towel.
Yeah, I think
baseball gods. Look at that.
Tampa would have to
down 5-0
comeback.
And I bet you they do.
And in Atlanta, the Braves were about to force the Phillies' hand, thanks to Dan Uggla.
Big whack. Listen to the crack of the bat. That's gone up 2 tiers. Stop chasing it, fellas. Yep, see you later. Out of the park.
Knowing you just put
75%
and put us in a position to win the game and extend our season. You know, just to see the look on the faces of all my teammates and the excitement that was around, hearing all the fans scream and yell. It was a great feeling.
Although Baltimore did not have a dog in this playoff hunt, they had no intention of going quietly into the night.
It could have been real easy for us to just show up that last game and just say, you know what, let's just get this game over with. But that didn't happen.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's dropped down now. 36. Cut it in half.
Came, we showed up ready to play and ready to win like we were going to the playoffs.
No, wrong way.
With the wild card madness in full swing, 2 games that would determine home field advantage joined the fray.
And we're underway.
When the game in Houston finally got started, the Cardinals already knew.
I'm just going to pause that there because my phone that I've got a timer going for to tell me when to split this video in half just
that Atlanta was winning, and that the odds were they would need a victory to keep their wild card hopes alive.
I'll go back because I hadn't been paying attention.
Madness in full swing. 2 games that would determine home field advantage joined the fray.
And we are underway.
When the game in Houston finally got started, the Cardinals already knew that Atlanta was winning, and that the odds were they would need a victory to keep their wild card hopes alive.
This is a dream game or a nightmare game. If you're afraid to cross the white lines, well, it'll come out tonight for sure because there's no place to hide.
Ready for the first.
I like that. Who's that guy?
And a strike called in this game is underway.
We now return to game 162. The night's showdowns were underway, and some teams were making a lot of noise.
Let's go to St. Petersburg right now. Again, bases are loaded for Mark Teixeira.
You get it? Yep. Bases loaded. Gets the grand slam. That's one we were talking about.
Wow, a big shot. Dan Uggla, tremendous, and the Braves had the lead. There's a deep drive to left, and J.J. Hardy hits the home run. Orioles have the 2-1 lead. They're not out of the woods.
Is this great or what? We talked about early runs. Settle in, people.
Meanwhile, in Houston, the Cardinals were continuing their late season surge.
John Jay, and that's how this one starts.
We understood that to get in the playoffs, we had to do our jobs. We ran some hits together, one after another.
Just take it 1 ball at a time. That's it. One pitch at a time. In cricket, they call balls.
To ensure he'd have still another game in Cardinals uniform.
And this is over and down the left field of Martinez.
Get there. Well done.
Nothing St. Louis. Another hit. And it's 2-0 Cardinals. Rose is headed to third, and he is
safe at third.
Those games where it's win or go home, to jump out to an early lead and get that confidence going early and get those good vibes rolling, I think was big for our team.
Here's a shot to
Oh, that looked like it just went straight up. It went up and out, evidently.
Trying to do what we could do and what we were capable of, and you do that as a team, special things can happen.
Yeah.
Hasn't thrown a pitch yet and leads 4-0.
line drive base hit the left for Puto, and the Cardinals lead it 5-0.
There's always a good feeling when you have a 5-0 lead in the first before you take the mound.
Both wild card contenders in the American League are losing early. In the National League, they're leading. The Cardinals with a big early lead.
We had to go out there and do our job to give ourselves a chance.
We're going to miss. Struck him out after Cardinals 5.
You take
91%.
You're going to turn around and get bit.
Back in Florida, the Rays were facing a Yankees team with nothing to lose in the standings and paying the price.
Teixeira may have another one here. wasn't on top of this game that night. And of course, look at the Yankee lineup. He can do that to any pitch on any given
5%.
Price has not come up big for his team in a big spot.
I knew what was going on by the scoreboard.
David Price still pitching for the Rays, trailing the Yankees 5-0 in the top of the 4th.
But most of our energy, if not all of it, was going towards our game. Because, again, that's what you can control.
Yeah, you can only control what you can control, absolutely.
Rival going back, and that is out of the yard. Justin Pedroia willing his way into the postseason as the Red Sox take a 3-2 lead.
Though early, Boston appeared to have the inside track, especially with the Rays in desperate straits.
In the dugout, these auxiliary scoreboards are right in your face, so I was very much in tune with that.
It was a balancing act for us as far as, really trying not to worry about what the Red Sox were doing and really trying to stay focused on what we needed to accomplish.
Anderson on the track to make the play.
Oh, good catch.
The Rays struggled to put a run on the board. The Braves' Tim Hudson was holding the Phillies in check, maintaining a 3-1 lead.
Wilson across the bag, double play.
You have to strike early. Once he settles in, he finds his groove. He's always going to give his team a chance to win.
Hudson's through 6 with the lead.
Nice.
All right, while you're watching things in Atlanta, there's Andrew Jones against the Rays.
I still don't know in my head, like, naturally who's trying for what here,
7-0, I'm thinking save the bullpen. Save the bullpen, Red Sox, please lose.
The odds are certainly not in the favor of the Rays at that point.
The Red Sox have a 3-2 lead. The Rays could use some help tonight.
A 3-2 deficit was a lot more hopeful than a 7-0 deficit. We knew the odds were way against us. We knew the odds were against Baltimore at that point.
Guerrero hits it on the ground. Scudero's got it. He'll flip with his glove to Pedroia for one. On to first for
double play. Nice, well done.
That may be the one that puts the Red Sox into the postseason.
It's tough to not have those sorts of thoughts. I mean, obviously, it's the 5th inning of a Major League Baseball game and you're down 7 runs. The challenge was to remain positive.
In Atlanta, shortstop Jack Wilson opened the door for the Phillies with an out-of-character play.
Jack Wilson doesn't make very many mistakes. He's a tremendous defensive guy.
Double play ball, but it's off the chest of Wilson. And it's 3-2 Atlanta.
It was a play that actually that he makes all the time.
Bubbled up.
It just so happens that he made a mistake, and that definitely led to us scoring a run.
Here's one of the most sure-handed fielders in the game, and not able to make the play. It's almost like when you see something bad happen.
So that's going to end the night for Tim Hudson.
And I think that might be some of the thoughts that Atlanta was having at that time.
They understand how big that play is. Momentum stops.
Pretty big.
Up the floodgates, and whichever team grabs it first is usually the team that wins.
And it's ball to load the bases.
But the best bullpen in the majors would leave those bases full of Phillies in the 8th, buoying the Braves' playoff hopes.
Struck him out. The Braves bench celebrates 3-2 in the 8th.
Atlanta was clinging to a 1-run lead. In Houston, Chris Carpenter had much more to work with.
Yeah.
Carpenter now has 9 strikeouts working here in the 7th.
He's having a fucking great game.
The Red Sox were 9 outs away from a win. But there was one element they could not control.
We've seen
the weather.
of lightning here in Baltimore the last couple of minutes, and it's just started to rain.
Very interesting, the drama of that game. The Orioles certainly made it dramatic, but the weather turned out to be a part of the drama as well.
The Red Sox will now have to sit through a delay with the 3-2 lead.
The Yankees
What happens?
ahead of Tampa Bay 7-0. We are
Like, is it you have to play a certain amount and they do math, or?
Scores held up. There would be no game 163 tomorrow. For the bottom of the 7th inning here, Red Sox have a 3-2 lead. If these 2 scores held up, there would be no game 163 tomorrow.
But are they going to hold up? How do they hold up? Like, how does rain and delay baseball work? Let me know in the comments section, please.
We're honing in on the 4 games that matter. Guys, we've seen some amazing performances. Mark Teixeira coming through. How about
Tim Hudson, gutsy performance, and Chris Carpenter.
Swung on and missed.
Let's do Atlanta.
Top of the ninth. Braves up 3-2. They go to the pen.
The Braves season is riding on the right arm of Craig Kimbrel.
Looking for his 47th save.
Kimbrel with 2 blown saves in September.
For the year, he's got good numbers against the Phillies.
Man, pretty much close out every single game that needs to be closed. And you really look forward to a challenge when a guy throws that hard.
Yeah, for sure. You want to play the best of the best, without a doubt.
Was the word you used about the Phillies? Relentless. They're not going to make it easy for you.
It got down to the point as it went on in the game, as long as the game stayed close, either team had a chance.
Base on balls. First and second, 1 out.
Kimbrel just walked Francisco.
Wow.
It is 3-2
Drama.
All the Braves needed were 2 more outs.
Little confused, but I'm sort of following.
Meanwhile, rain continued.
All they need is 2 outs. Rain still in Boston.
So the Red Sox focused on the game in Tampa, which appeared well in hand.
We got rain delayed, and the Rays are down 7-0 to the Yankees, so we're feeling pretty good about ourselves.
Yeah, fair enough.
Keeping an eye on that situation there in Tampa. What do you think the odds are that the Rays rally in this game?
I think the Rays are not going to win tonight. I think that the one thing that we have eliminated tonight is the Red Sox.
See the smug as fuck look on his face. I hope they win now.
7-0.
On we go from Tropicana Field. We head into the bottom of the 8th.
And the one thing I've learned over the last few years following this club is that you can't count them out.
0.3.
Make up a 7-0 deficit.
Johnny Damon will lead off.
We knew the odds were way against this. One thing you learn in baseball is you never know what's going to happen. So that we always
Never tell me the
a
odds.
little bit of hope back there.
Oh, pops one out. He'll get on base.
The Rays have their 3rd hit.
We've done it before. We've come back before. You know our guys don't quit. We got to just keep grinding through the moment.
Is he getting on base as well? Yeah, that's another fair hit.
And the Rays have a little life here in the 8th.
When things started
One on third,
to
one on
happen there,
second.
I think hope started to reappear.
Oh, he's been hit. That's a walk. Does that mean I'll make it to...
While Tampa
Oh no, he just gets walked to 3rd. The other guy, the other 2 don't walk.
Kimbrel and the Braves are watching.
Base is loaded. Team's down 7. Fucking hell, this is the shit you dream of as a kid, isn't it?
I think it was a ball game, and we're
The
trying
phone's
to
gone out again.
for him to have some command issues.
Piece of shit. Oh, and we're at the mark that it was.
And he lost Jimmy Rollins to load the bases.
You know what? Base is loaded. I reckon that's a perfect suspense time. I'll end this video here. This is dope. And we'll do part 2 straight away. Don't worry, I'm going to watch straight away, but you'll have to wait like a half hour, 40 minutes or whatever in between videos. But yeah, this is really interesting. This is cool. This is dope. These are my patrons. Please consider becoming a patron. This video and the next one, this 2-part series of videos was a suggestion by a patron, was a request that he gets guaranteed reaction to because he's either a Humboldt Squid or a Cthulhu tier. I'm pretty sure he's Cthulhu tier actually, but this suggestion was when he was a Humboldt Squid. Anyway, check out my Patreon. There's different tiers. You get different benefits and stuff. This was recommended by a patron. It's a baseball reaction. I'm going to get on with it, and I'm going to get to the next one. I'll see you guys when I look out. You'll see me when you look at me. Thanks for watching.